my darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm reviewing Star Wars Rogue One comics Cassian and K-2SO. These are a 40-page one-shot special that explain how Cassian met / reprogrammed K-2SO, the former Imperial droid. Art and writing in these are by Duane Swierczynski and Fernando Blanco and Marcelo Maiolo. Probably mispronounced those. Those names are in the description below. Sorry. These are a prequel to Star Wars Rogue One. The movie is awesome. You should totally watch it. But there's nothing in these comics that are dependent upon seeing the movie. So if you haven't done that yet, you could jump into these. In these comics, we have Captain Cassian Andor, who is a rebel intelligence officer. He is teamed up with these two aliens, Kurtas and Rismor, who are spies for the Rebel Alliance, and they are an alien species that communicates through smell, which I kind of thought was a really cool touch. So these guys are sent on a mission to retrieve information on Imperial security protocols so that the Rebel Alliance can exploit them to take down the Imperial forces. However, when they get to this planet, there are considerably more Imperial forces than they were planning on, and they need to kind of rework their plan, especially when the Imperial droid K-2SO tries to stop them. They do manage to overpower him and reprogram him, and that's probably all I can tell you about this plot without spoiling the story. It's really entertaining, and I loved reading it. This story mostly follows Cassian, which I love because Cassian is one of my favorite parts of the comics, but not everybody's reviews were digging that. And K-2SO doesn't really feel like the movie version of him until like the last few pages because he has Imperial programming and that changed his personality just slightly. So I liked that, seeing a different side of K-2SO. I really love the ending panel. I feel like that's probably not a spoiler since this is basically how they are at the beginning of the movie. I loved seeing this meeting, this origin of K-2SO and why he is part of the Rebel Alliance, and why he is so attached to Cassian in particular, if attached is the right word. The art in this is really cool. I like it. I mean, it's not the most amazing art I've ever read, but it's pretty standard for these Star Wars comics, and digging how they look. I think it really brings out Cassian and K2. There is my review for Star Wars Rogue One, Cassian and K-2SO at comics. Let me know in the comments below if you have read these, or if you've watched Rogue One and you really love these characters, and are you guys planning on reading these comics now if you haven't already? So essentially, I really loved this story and this plot. Pretty sure I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads or something like that. So this is a fun ride, and Marvel, if you wanted to turn this into an entire comic series following Cassian and K2, I would totally read it. So please, can we have that? Peace out. I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye.